Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Hi, everyone. I forgot to play my intro. So hang on. I'll be right with you. I was on the wrong page. So here we go.
We have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are, and like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail of Gaia, and this is Free Range, where we graze on wild ideas. And we have wonderful guests, and I have a wonderful guest that you are very familiar with, Jenny Lee. And let me bring her on. We're going to take questions today, and we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on. So,
Hey,
hi, everyone, and hi, Jenny. How are you doing?
well, I was sick for a while, which I never get sick, and then I got over it. So we're back in the roll of things. So everybody's getting different things. So yeah. So
Yeah. I was off to a great start. Forgot to I wasn't on the right section in order to start with the intro. So I'm a little off. I haven't done a show since we done one last week.
Really?
I just been really a lot going on.
Well, we talked about how tired.
And that was another feature.
Yeah.
So
the tiredness and fatigue. It's been overwhelming for everybody,
Yeah, look at here. Kathy Sand just came on. She said she's been fighting walking pneumonia.
Yeah. I think there's different versions of sickness out there right now, and people are dealing with it in a different way. So yeah, it's and I don't, like I said, I don't get sick. Never
I
did.
usually don't either.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that are happening. So but then this is a season that they push, to
right. Well, yeah, with what's coming up, the election coming up, they would like us to get people to be sick, and I don't know, then they can do the mail-in ballots, whatever. And all that stuff, I'm so sick of it. I don't even like hearing about it anymore.
I just don't believe that anymore in any process anyway. I don't think we're going to that anyway, but
I don't either.
Play that part out. It's just going to be very annoying to play that part out.
Yeah. Oh, this is somebody else is saying they're fighting depression. JC says fighting depression, and I don't get depressed. I think we're feeling the collective feelings at times too.
Yeah, it's the energy, and then that's why I told people to identify and make sure that you're feeling it or you're getting someone else's. So that's the whole thing with this is you have to check yourself a lot. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, people they're just tired in different ways.
Mary says there were 2 suns near Parry Sound, Ontario, Canada. That's interesting.
Well, if they exchange the one out, that'd be great.
Oh, the one that was seem just hot.
Yes, exactly.
Not any, and no other benefit.
No other benefit but just shining the light on you and dehydrating you, and that's the whole thing. Is just people are.
Maybe that's part of where the microwaves were coming. That they were microwaving us.
That's what I think when they talk about nuking us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like putting us in a microwave oven.
Yes, that's what they're doing. There's Sherry. Yeah. So the whole thing about that is it's just the way it's affecting you, and like I said, a lot of people that normally aren't down that you see are down, and it's just
wow. Look at this. Yeah, where a lot of the people are saying. Here's another one. Leela is saying she got sick too.
Yeah.
I've also got sick last week. Weird fever, coughing. One of my sons was sick. Interesting.
Yeah, it has been, and it's just a process of being tested, pushing us down to our knees, saying if we're going to stand back up.
Yeah, really. Yeah, they talked about a near-death experience. It's real close.
Yeah, I know, and I'm telling you, people are like,
for the people as well as the country.
Yeah,
what's going on is just not.
I think they'll take anything now besides what we have. So anything that's new, we'll accept it, and that's the thing. We need a new process to start soon.
Yes, like yesterday,
Right, exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's just the dryness is beyond normal. I mean, usually in my state, the grass stays green through the whole summer. And they don't even have to water here. And now they're looking at having to water the grass here.
Well, some places are totally dry. Some places are flooding. I guess there's a hurricane going on now down in Louisiana.
Right. Which is better than at least something is happening that could shift the air. That's the way I see it. And the deck clock has that on there. There's a storm that's showing a hurricane.
Yeah, people, I wish, I don't know if you want me to put this up or not, Mathis, but I will. He said he quit 2 new jobs the past month, walked out of an interview yesterday, filling out application because I felt death would be attached to a job and couldn't fake it.
Well, that's a good reason.
Is that because of certain requirements?
Right. Yeah. Wonder why.
Like this or no job.
Yeah, we're like, no.
I guess no job is better.
Right.
I mean, all we have to do is we got to survive this. That's it. And then we can move forward once we get through the collapsing, walking through the fire like we've talked about before, and then maybe we can get the new earth off the ground, the new everything.
Right, and then that's the whole thing. That we're ready to get into that transformation. That's the whole process. Is everybody's there and ready. I mean, like I said, we're not the ones that don't want to be a part of it. They don't have to, but most percentage of people that I talk to they're ready to get to the next level on this process.
Same here. Yeah. It says, why would they not want to change the negativity of 9/11? I thought I had put up a different one, but that was, let me go back to this one first. Any thoughts on last night's debate? And I was just going to I was talking to you just before I started. I don't like to get into politics at all, but I have to tell you something I found very interesting on Nino Rodriguez's show. Okay. He's been getting a lot of people here lately, and this one was very interesting. It was Ron Reverse speech, and they have pretty much determined that when they do the reverse speech thing, that it's actually your higher self, and they did it with children too. It's fascinating, and they do it on Trump, they do it on Kamala, and they do it on Robert F. Kennedy. So there's a lot of people that have had their voice reversed, and it's interesting because what they're saying and what they're thinking are not always congruent. But I tell you what, but what I did hear of it, I didn't hear it all, but what I heard, when they did the reverse speech on Trump, it gave me more faith in him.
Good.
He's honest. He's authentic.
Right.
And he's giving himself to this country and the American people. And
that's what I say at the end. You'll know who is telling the truth and who is lying.
Right. They actually can use that as a way of finding out if somebody's truthful.
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that, and it's real.
Mm-hmm.
So I might try to see if I can get that guy on my show at some point in time, because it was fascinating. Really
what type of machine is he using? Did he tell you? I mean, that'd be interesting to what it is.
There's some kind of training, and I don't know if there's software that goes with that. Probably. Like I said, I didn't get to see it all. I got a good gist of it while I was doing something else, but it's definitely worth hearing. I'm going to go back to it and listen to what I missed, and again, it's called, and it's correctly named. You won't believe what something like that. You won't believe this, and it's like, wow, it is hard to believe, but it's true, and it works.
Well, I'm not surprised because of the new quantum system, and that's the thing that the spirit showed me on that one, that it knows by the vibration of your tone and frequency of what your intentions are.
Yeah, that's what comes through. That's what comes through in the reverse speech, your true intention.
Yeah.
That's the right word. You hit the right word. Yeah.
Exactly. So when you step up to the new ATM and your intentions are bad, there'll be no money for you. Right?
Yeah.
And I was just talking to a friend tonight that a lot of us, everybody's looking forward to all this money and all that stuff. And a lot of us that been here seated doing this, for us, the satisfaction of having the money to a certain point is great. But after, I say, about 2 weeks, we're like, okay,
now
we're done. And now we want to get to another phase. And if it doesn't satisfy our soul, we're going to be unhappy in it. It's not to buy things, because we're not about that. We're about the whole humanity of how we need to serve. And if it's not occupied with that, I mean, it's going to be difficult for us to, we don't get off, or we don't enjoy buying houses or cars. It just doesn't satisfy us the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Being content does, but I'm just telling you that there has to be money, and then another phase that comes with that phase of
that's the relief of the stress involved because of money is something that will affect everyone in a positive way. But it's got to happen. A little truth would help too.
A lot of truth would help.
Yeah. At this point, I'd be happy with a little, just to get it off the ground. It just seems, it would be nice if it was all true, but it's like we're just getting it piecemeal. But they say it's going to explode even more, so we'll see. But people become overloaded with information, and then they have the bad guys. Then they're putting out bad information, and then you got to sort through so much information that you just get confused, and you just say, "Oh, to heck with it."
I've had enough. I can't deal with all this. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it is a process, but some of us want to get to 5D process with things, a content realm with it, and not the carnage and the problems. We want to get to a balance point. That's the whole thing. And so a lot of us having tons and tons and tons of money to us is not the complete balance. What it is being content, having things that keep us content.
Well, when you don't have to worry about, you got your rent is paid, your utilities are paid, things are taken care of, that is lifted from your stress.
Right.
And
Exactly.
what the Jubilee, like we talked about in the past too, that's same part of the same thing, right?
Right. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, okay, if everybody has money, there's after a certain point, there's no realness with it of desiring it because everybody has it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So then you have to find a way to serve in a different way, because this world has taught that money is a satisfaction. Okay, when that changes, that's the thing I told people. I had a client. I said, where the 3D tells you to date a person or get involved with a person, where your parents say, well, someone that's well off and all that stuff. I go, that doesn't matter in the future. What matters is the soul and the balance that you have coincide together, because that can change together. If you're just with a person 3D for the money in the past and you have money in the future, so the true intentions there are going to end up showing. Mm-hmm. So you might as well be with someone for the trueness. You know what I'm saying? It's going to show.
Yeah.
Because people that get their money, this is the epidemic, after they get their money, you're going to see a split happening. Because they're there for the money. They're not there for the marriage, or they're not really there because they want to be with the person. They're doing that because they want to make sure someone's providing for them. So
there's a lot of that.
That split to come. Yeah. And when it does, you're getting a lot of housing.
Wow. Let me see if there's any other questions. Oh, I was going to put up, Teresa showed up and she said, she's just exhausted. I have had amazing sensations in my head and seeing so many colors, powerful energy. I feel things are speeding up now all of a sudden. Oh, they are. There's no doubt about that.
But where our physical body can only handle so much during the day, and that's the thing, like people in my group, it's like going to the store is like the task force. What time should we go?
Oh, really?
And stay as far as distance as you can from these type of people. You just really have to analyze it. You just can't go to the store, and you have to get there and decide what type of poison you're going to buy for the day.
Yeah, really. Yeah, every day I find out more about some other poison that they are feeding us. I'm going, oh my God. Well, all I can say is bless your food and hope it works. Okay, Sherry said, oh my gosh, we can't get it there fast enough. Oh, boy, I
know, girl.
We feel the same way. And we're so sick of this military sting agenda. Oh. I mean, I think it's time to think about what the people need.
Right. And the thing is the allowing the people to finally do something.
What can you do when you're flat broke?
Do something. But what I'm saying is, you have a soul, you can protect your town, you can stand up. I mean, that doesn't cost money to do that. But what I'm just telling you is, people, if you give them a choice, they're going to choose humanity. They're going to choose to They just need a reason to stand up and say, okay, we need people for this part of the town, or we need them to do this. They're going to stand up instead of literally. I'm telling you, I hate TV. I really hate it. And that's why they call it a
I don't have
smart
one.
TV for a reason.
Yeah, it's not smart. It actually monitors you.
Right. Exactly.
Those, you have to look up what those words stand for. I don't remember right off the top of my head, but it's not good.
No, it's not. So, I mean, the thing is, okay, so the money is funded. This is what we really need to think about outside of the picture of that, because I don't think that's as hard as people think it is. Once that's funded, like I said, you'll be bored in the way of like, okay, you can only spend so much money, you can only do so many things. There's only so many items on this planet that they will allow them to buy. So that's the whole thing is how first locally are you going to serve and help others? That's the thing. But there is going to be a certain percentage that thinks, well, I don't have to do anything. I don't need to do anything. That is old programming. But you do.
I just saw Teresa just said, I have been watching the guy with the reverse speech. Quite awesome. Yes, it is. I was watching it too. I haven't seen it all yet. And it's kind of a jaw dropper. It really is. You're like, wow, really? Oh my gosh. But like I said, it restored my faith in Trump. I can tell you that right now.
Well, yeah, and the biggest thing, Jeeps in the crowd and us big pet people are huge on that. And that he just went and protected all the pets. I love that about him. In that way, because that's more heart-wrenching than a lot of things that affect us. We can't. The impasse and the intuitive people cannot take it. Can't take the pain, suffering of them.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they're finally about that.
As people find more and more out, they're going to be really shocked and appalled.
I think Sherry's talking about, there's this woman, I don't know what state it was, but they found her on the driveway eating a cat. What? That was serious. I'm dead.
Oh my God. I mean, I have seen ads today on a number of places saying that the illegal immigrants are eating people's pets. Apparently, there may be some truth to that.
God.
That's so. I'm gonna. Here's another one. Another one. Nicole saw it too. You guys, it's worth watching. It really is.
There's a white cat, and this woman's in a suburb driveway, and she's chowing down on
a white cat.
Yes.
That would be kind of. Ugh. I don't even like to think of that picture in my mind.
But I mean, when they get to that point, and again, New York, the zombie process, I see where it comes from, but I'm just telling you that don't be shocked at the behavior you start seeing.
Sherry's saying that I could not see a rip in Trump's ear, but it was hard to see. Well, Teresa said it was CGI, but he has 3 clones.
I know. Well, I based my opinion on that, and everybody there was the Normans got mad at me because I'm like, that didn't happen. You got to know something about
we don't know what we're seeing these days anyway.
Right. So why don't you talk to some of these veterans that actually got hit in the ear? It's
even if it went close, it's enough to break the sound, the speed, the vibration. It's enough to break your eardrum. I would think.
Right. So yeah, that was. I got the what was the look I got with that one was like the what? I don't believe he got shot. I don't believe that's him either. by the way.
Yeah, really. Oh, he just made that up. That was just staged. Yeah, right. He's going to let somebody shoot at his head and just hope they're really good shots, right?
Yeah.
People are unbelievable sometimes. The programming runs deep, let me put it that way.
Yeah, it does. Very
Okay. Okay, Harris was lying so much and side eyes were so manipulative. I got so sad that people think she won the debate. You know, they've been faking the numbers in the polls. That's all a bunch of BS. I don't believe that I've seen that in that at all. This is why, and as far as she is concerned, if you listen to some of that reverse speech thing, you'll find out.
She is a he in
Thank you.
disguise. Okay, so however you want to.
She said it. I didn't.
I said it. I said it is a he.
Yes, I've seen the pictures. Okay. I said it before, and it seemed like it just went in one ear and out the other, and nobody believed it. We have another Michelle Obama on our hands.
Right? Yeah. I mean, like when
I still have some people that don't believe that one either. So, well, whatever.
I mean, that's the whole thing. There's a percentage of us that we're not watching anything anymore. We're just like we're done. We're done.
Yeah.
And so that's why when I did my YouTube last night, I did it at the time they did a debate because Spirit's like, no, we're not even entertaining that.
Oh, I didn't even watch it. I didn't watch it. I'm tired of all this. It's really, it's time for some authentic things to come out and to happen and to be exposed.
Well, just completely real, Vietnam real, real, when you're seeing real action, real stuff that's really going on instead of this fakeness on everything. So yeah, it drives me nuts on many levels of what we have to deal with, and it's just we're over it. So that's the thing. I mean, like I said, who you spend your time with, things in common. This is the biggest thing that's hard for people that are awake. They do not, and they get exhausted, they get tired, and they get tired of explaining and starting over. And they're thinking, I want to have a conversation, but I want to go down this road that exhausts people. Yeah, as in you, the ones that are awakened. We do not want to sit there and explain it and look at their face for an hour and a half. I'm just telling you.
And then half the time when you're talking, they're denying something that you're saying, or they're saying, "Well, that can it's like, okay, whatever. Let's talk about the weather."
Let's talk about the weather. I just go. I'm too insane to explain, and you're too normal to understand. And they're like, exactly right. And like, exactly, you just proved my point. So that's the whole process with this, and that's why a lot of us don't even talk to our family.
Let's see, I have this one book that just cracks me up every time I see it. Hang on one second here. Let me see if I can reach it. No, I guess it's not handy. So anyway, it's a book, and the title of the book is, "Oh my God, you're so 3D."
Oh, that's great.
I know.
That's a good one.
I know.
Who wrote that?
Yeah, I got it. It's not far from here, but I'd have to.
Right. I mean, that's the whole thing is, and that is why we are tiptoeing to the store. We're tiptoeing to the bank. We're tiptoeing everywhere because we see a 3D person and we're like, oh, no, we're going the other direction. Because we don't want to have the conversation anymore. We just want we want this at a different chapter and to be done with it. I mean, so we'll talk about this too, is dating has changed. First thing most of the high mind people want is like, did you take that? And if you did, forget it. Okay.
We're not going to go out. Thank you. Sorry.
You got worms inside you. No, I'm just telling you, and that's why you're seeing an epidemic of the purebloods and all. It's just completely different. I mean, we can't get past it. It's just a different deal.
Sherry, by the way, I agree. I saw some of a little bit of the playbacks and stuff like that, and that hyena laugh is getting really sickening. Everything's not fun.
Oh my God. Yeah. I think that's a low frequency that's just supposed to drive you insane.
Mm-hmm. And it does. Well, that's why I don't listen to any of them anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. So
look at what Turi has to say. I didn't watch the debate, but I'm so sensitive to the energies that I woke up this morning and have been emotional all day. So over the lies and manipulation. That's how we all feel. We really did.
Exactly. And this is, and because I said it last night on my YouTube, and I'll describe it where we're at. We're in we feel like we're in a toilet bowl. The world is a toilet bowl and we're tired of it. I mean, it's not a fish bowl, it's a toilet bowl. And,
and it's time to flush. No.
Yes. I'm just saying, and then so I mean that's the whole thing is we've been feeling this since April, and we know what happened in April with that eclipse, and then all of a sudden this new sun came in, and then we're feeling this energy. So that's the thing is when you have knowledge of knowing what happened, it's harder to know and live in it and breathe in it and exist in it and not live in the delusion of it.
Yeah. It's almost like I can see why some people, and I don't agree with it, but I can see why some people say ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't unsee something, you can't unknow something, especially if it's profound, which a lot of
trafficking that they don't you can't unsee that. You can't unsee what happens, and you can't look at that as something you can ignore, because your whole core of your spirit, if you can ignore that, well, that's not good character within you. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing about the animals. I couldn't watch an animal suffer or hurt. I would put my hand in front of it, and I've done that. I've done it when I had two of my dogs fighting. I just couldn't. I can't handle that pitch sound, suffering. I can't do it. So it is literally about feeling the pain and understanding.
With a high of 90.
Sorry. That was my weather that comes on at this time. Mathis is asking about when will the news change. Well, here's Kim is asking when will the news change and stop the lies. Do we know? Do you get anything from Spirit about? I mean, I know we can't deal with dates, but
okay, because I gave a speech last night on my YouTube about. I don't think it has anything to do with dates, awaken, timeline. I don't believe that. I think the man upstairs is in control, period.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And because it's down to the firmament process, and they have attempted, they've tried, and they cannot succeed. That, I've told you, that has to come down. For us to really get the limits, the unlimited abundance that's on the other side of everything. So, and literally getting us out of this toilet bowl.
And everything that they try is not going to work. It's just going to fly back in their face. That's what's going to happen.
So they want is it a date? Is it a timeline? Is it awakening? Okay, so it's a list that things are done. Is it a list that it's November? Is it October? Is it no? You have to look at it. If I've told people, if you have to look at how far can we go now? There's nothing behind you that can hold or sustain the 3D. It's gone already. It's already gone. So what has to start? Well, you're already seeing the military, and you're seeing these storms, and you're seeing the earthquakes, and you're seeing the atmosphere. Your world is already changing. But they got it in their head, well, this final thing has to happen before it flips. No. The market's already crashed. So, a time or two. And so, okay, who really has control of everything? I'll tell you, Elon Musk. You know why? Because he is the one that can turn the lights on and off. Because what is he in charge of? The new internet. Completely. It's just done. Period. Across the board with that. So they keep asking, you know what? Go bug him. Ask him that question. When are you pulling the cord? They want to date on money. They want to date on that, but it's literally the internet.
And as Mike Gill would say, when's he going to? I think it's Mike Gill. When's he going to release the mother of all bombs, the mother of all Twitter bombs, so to speak? Because there's things on Twitter that would be used for evidence against some of these nefarious characters that we're dealing with that do not have humanity's best interests in mind by a long shot.
Right. So what's the next step? It's the internet. Period. It's the internet. Everything crumbles after that. Completely.
And plus they're controlling the information. So you're still only getting what they want to let you see. Really. So
right.
That's going to skew a lot of things that you might be trying to find out.
Right.
And he could change that too, because it's my understanding that the new internet will not be under the control of Google.
Well, no, that's gone already.
Yeah.
They already figured that out. AT&T figured that out quick too. They lost a lot of money that day. So that's how you tested the power to see who's really in charge of it. So that's the thing. It's not, you want to ask, bug him, say, when you pulling the cord, when are you going to pull it? He already showed you the system, but they made it look like the system's not working or functioning when he did that live with Trump, whoever was playing Trump at the time. But so the whole thing is go where the brains are, in which you know that he's a very intelligent person and he has the richest guy in the world, right? Okay, go bug him and find out.
Yeah, I mean, his level of wealth is beyond.
This is what Spirit said to me. Once the internet is pulled, the reality and everything is gone. It never comes back on. That whole reality is gone. So
that's going to be really hard for people. But let's do it. Just do it.
Banks shut down, ATM shut down, any type of transaction shuts down, gas shuts down, any type of corporation shuts down. And it's like, you on the good list or you on the naughty list? If you're on the naughty list, you will not get plugged back in.
Well, that doesn't look good for healthcare, the judicial system. Let's see, what else can we do? The prison
That's what I'm
system,
saying.
all of these different.
And I literally got that from Spirit going, what do you have to worry about if it gets unplugged?
Is what?
What do you have to worry about if it gets unplugged? If we completely unplug the internet, when it's over, those evil ones don't get plugged back in.
We don't want the old one, anyone. We want
I
the
know, but what I'm
authentic
saying is
truth frequency one.
they won't have access. So then you'll see real journalism appear across the screen.
You mean where they actually do real life journalism?
Right, exactly.
And truthful stuff instead of
Well,
lies.
So what I'm saying is what has to happen is a different type of power. A different type of power is what we all access, what we all read every day, what we all think is important is the internet, your phones, because they know they're led by that. They're led by it. So, and they know I have to use it to a certain degree, but they can unplug them. That's what matters.
Here we have somebody talking about, heard that the nurses in the local North Carolina hospitals are being forced to wear masks again because of a new strain. I won't even say that word because it's a lie. And now, are you hearing this too? I haven't heard that, but I know they're trying to pass on another pandemic, but I don't think they're going to get cooperation.
It's not going to get anywhere, and all they're going to get is the big bird.
You're not going to comply your way out of tyranny. You have to disobey, and you should do it in groups. Like all the nurses should get together and say, you know that this is unhealthy. I can show you this study, this study, this study.
But those are a lot of the nurses that decided that they knew what was going on and ignored it. I'm not feeling sorry for any nurse.
They're going to be held accountable, I think.
Right. No, I'm sorry. I don't care what you say. You had an instinct, a gut instinct that told you
not to do it, especially to others.
Yeah.
Right. Isn't that where you were? I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I'm just saying that it's and that's the thing. I'd like, there's only a few on that you look at and you could trust now, because I'm not buying your damn book. I'm not buying your damn t-shirt. I'm not buying, because this isn't, the people I've understand that it's not going to get them anywhere. They only are thirsty for the truth. They're thirsty for a change. Yeah. They're starving for a change. And they don't care how much pain they have to go through. Just move it. Let's get off this cliff. Let's move in a direction. They don't care how painful it is. They don't care if it's 10,000 aliens jumping out of the sky. They don't care. They do not care. They are not going to be affected by it.
So we have to care about ourselves.
Or a highway with all these people.
We have to care enough to stand up for ourselves.
Right. But they're not doing it.
Yeah. That's where we're having a problem. People have been so subjugated by authority figures that they have lost their backbone.
You know what the thing is? Authority figures in the old Western days, those are the ones you were afraid of. Okay. That's when they had, they really knew what they were doing. And these guys, come on, they're not that good. That's the whole thing. They don't teach them to be as strong as they did a long time ago. They're not in that strength, in that way. And that's why
they're panicking.
And that's why women crave the male testosterone to the degree of being a male testosterone. All the degree. That's why a lot of us prefer the old cowboy, because we know they're stubborn, set in their ways, and the authentic. We don't want this generic stuff. Just telling you anymore.
I just wanted to put this up for Colleen and let her know that we and the group are sorry for your loss, and that's a lot to have to deal with. but you will survive it.
So
That's a lot. See, so many people are suffering like that.
Right. We need warriors.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
People that are willing to stick their neck out. Does that sound familiar, Jenny?
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been doing things to try to destroy me financially. I can tell you that right now. It's a way of keeping you so busy you don't have time to do anything.
Right.
And worrying where you're going to get that next buck to make sure you can cover. But I really do feel like I have been, I don't know if the infinite source of the universe puts it in the minds and hearts of some people or whatever, but somehow I managed to get by.
Right. And that's the way, and this is the thing, a true noble person, that's what I'm saying. It's just like you have that conversation going on of, I don't know how I'm going to make this, but I'm asking you for this. Can you lead me in the direction that this needs to happen and show me, that I'm still being led by you? That's the whole thing about that. On that process, it's just why you're doing this, why we contribute our time and do this in that way.
I tell you what, it sure isn't about the money here. Some people actually think that just because you're online and you're doing shows that you're rich. Some people are, who have humongous, a lot of followers. Usually they get a lot of help to be able to get there, either financially or people are supporting them somehow, providing them with information, whatever. But nonetheless, a lot of us are just out there doing this because we know that humanity needs it.
Right, and they do need it. But the thing is, too, is like this whole money system, it's going to dissipate too, because you're going to find out that you don't need that either. It's just what they've been programmed and showed you, but they're going to slowly show you that it's never needed either. But I mean, that's where higher technology comes in and how that advancement changes how we live, what we live in. We don't need no big ass mansion. Those are already disappearing. And plus half of those, no one will even buy them in LA anymore because no one's going to live on them, because you know why. Because
who would want to live in some of these places where some of the things that went on? It's small wonder that Melania didn't want to stay in the White House with what we have found out went on there.
So there's a question about the renters, and I did ask Spirit about this. And I made sure that I got this one answered on. So
which one is it?
I believe that the owners that do have these properties are going to be signed up, and they don't have a choice, to a certain program, and that those places where people live will be taken care of, and there's not going to be a discussion. It's like it's going to be very strict, like the IRS used to be. So plus they don't have anything to bitch about or complain. So what I'm saying is, and not only that, they said certain parts that were bought up by private companies are going back for humanity projects. So not just that I think it's going to be rent, you're going to be able to pick and decide what type of home or how you're going to live because of the technology that's coming in. So they're not going to be able to go, well, I'm going to keep the rent up high. And it's like, no, we're going back down to the 1950s prices. And they're like, well, the owner, or they'll lose money. I'm like, they're not going to lose money. They're going to get money, but they're going to get it at a fair price. You know what I'm saying?
And they're not going to be able to gouge people anymore.
No.
Either.
It's the same thing with the banks. You can't do it. So that's the whole thing is, so I asked Spirit about that. So there's going to be several programs put out there that everybody benefits from. They're not going to be like, well, I don't want to do this, because they're in some way, they're all going to benefit. So because one need as a human being is to have a place to stay that you feel content and home in. And the only reason why the corporations gouged it about control, we're going to do the reverse now. So it's going to be hard for those greedy ones to think that they could still do that. With the law's going to change and say these are humanity laws and you abide by it, or we'll take your property. That's what I think is going to happen. And it's
Jenny,
not like they're going to hurt.
Okay. The question Max Hill has is, Jenny, just to clarify, everyone will be receiving an amount of money in their Nasara Quantum account, ? It would help me a great deal if this is true. Those are, yeah, it would help a lot of people a great deal, especially
Right.
now.
Well, yeah, but as they said, the end is not for everybody. So, and that's why I've said, keep that information to yourself. Don't be giving them any of your information online. Don't be nothing. Keep your mouth shut. And that's why I think everybody has to sign an NDA, because they don't need to be telling anybody anything. They just need to keep existing, doing what you need to do, and take care of what you need to take care of. You do not need to go into the ego and brag, well, I got this and I got that. Shut up. Don't tell anybody anything. You know, when my attitude is like, I'm broke. I'm broke. That's what I tell them. But yeah, it's none of their business, and they don't need to know, and you don't need to tell people. That's the whole thing. That's that whole rich man syndrome.
Kathy McGuire brought up the Springfield, Ohio, where they said that the Haitians were eating people's pets and park ducks and geese.
Okay, like again, it's not normal behavior. Growling's not a normal behavior either.
Okay, so Jean is saying, Kathy, I know so many lies that the Haitians don't eat cats in their homeland. I don't know what I guess they don't. I don't know. They probably wouldn't if their food was available. What happens is their free money and free food stamps ran out.
Yeah, I mean, they went out a long time ago. I mean, and even in the States too, I've heard that it's not the amount that it used to be. And so,
do you know, and people, weird things, strange things are happening with people too. You know, I'll tell you about two clips that I saw. One clip was there was a plane coming into land before it got, it was still way up in the air, and the co-pilot ran out the back of the plane and just jumped out of the plane without a parachute or anything. That was one story. There's another story. And that is and this, I actually saw this on tape. There was a Polish, I think it was Polish, newscaster, and she was, doing her thing, reporting the news, and all of a sudden a naked man, which they blurred, of course, came running at her. And she went screaming off the stage. I mean, people are getting strange. What can I say? I mean, that's not normal. Did you ever hear stories like that before?
Well, I would definitely be freaked out if some naked man was running towards me.
Well, she screamed and ran. That's what most women would have done.
Yeah.
God. Oh, wow.
And but that we're not analyzing, we're not looking at the mindset. We're not looking at how it's affected our 3 years ago of what was put into us. And we're thinking it's just going to go as business as normal. It's not. And that's why I talked about New York. Just they're frozen in time, they're not moving, nothing. I mean, that is the one thing when this whole situation happened, Spirit goes, I don't care what you do not allow anybody to do anything to you. And I didn't. They would have had to shoot me in the head before I would have got that. In my own.
Oops, I didn't. Well, my car is 15 years old. I need a new one. Can't afford on my income. Actually, if you can make the older one keep going, that's the best thing. My car's 24 years old. It's a 2000. So, and I actually I'm happy to have it. Because I went
older
without
vehicles
one.
are more, yeah. Everybody knows how to.
I went without one for quite a while. It was not fun at all. Thanks to local felons.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's wondering why, and I was wondering why too. Why Trump said something the other day that he lost by a whisker. He didn't lose, for one thing,
No.
but he said that for some kind of reason, and I'm still not sure exactly what that reason might be. But I was thinking they were trying to pass some laws around in different. I don't know if it was countries or if it was here or whatever, but they indicated that you could get arrested for that. And, if they could grab something else they could charge him with, they would. So maybe that's why he said that.
Maybe. I know I do not believe Barron is going to college and has no security and is taking the risk every day. So no. None of those ones would take that risk. So, and I believe, and I've said it, when Trump left office and he said he'd be back, he didn't know when. And that's still, I don't think he's back. So I've been saying that.
Mathis says he agrees with Teresa that the whole show was scripted to show the media bias and the manipulation bug. Fell back on ABC, yes. And she laughed at the part about the pets. Ooh, that was not wise at all. So I've seen people be more caring about pets sometimes and domestic animals than they are other people. So
trust.
That was not a good move on her part, that's for sure.
Right. Well, some of us just run over our pets. Just saying.
I don't know what I do about
not me. Not me.
Yeah.
I mean, the last thing, but listen up. So yeah, I mean, it's the whole thing about this process now, like I said last night, is you guys have to think in your thoughts and have the power that's in your thoughts of what you need next. Well, you need the answer from Creator. And I do, and I've said this, and I talk about the Palladians. In charge to a certain degree and having smarts to understand what's going on. So if you want to know, if if you really want to know who's in charge, I mean, it's been built up to that process for a while. So people ask me who's in charge.
Yeah, really.
It's not humans. It's not humans.
No, it's certainly not. It's not human. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, Teresa said he did CGI because the evil wanted to take him out, and he knew it. Yeah, they wanted their. There's even people saying that they plan to try to do this what they did before when they missed.
Right.
Just, they don't know that. I think he has God on his side. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're not going to beat him.
Well,
and I think that bullet brought him to his knees and had him and really reinforced all of that.
Right. But I don't believe that was him. And I believe.
Yeah, well, it wasn't. It was I don't either, but still that represents him. And also.
Well, I gave it away when the ear went down and the hand went on the ear, and then all of a sudden there's blood. And let me tell you, when you get hit in the ear, it's everywhere. My attitude towards the thing is just like, can we just get to the council already? Can we just get and put this aside, because we know we're not buying into this. We're not buying the ticket on this. Just get to the council that's really in charge of the situation and be done with it.
Yeah, can we move on this, please?
Just
it feels like we've been in
we're done. We're tired.
Put a fork in us. We're done.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh, this is true too. I'm sure I don't like to get political, but she is not a black woman, and she's not a woman either. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So the thing is, so a long time ago, and then I'll talk about this with the Red Ruby Lake. I had someone that was trying to criticize the Pleiadians and say, they're this way, they're that way. And the thing is they came back to me in a very quick manner and said, do you think because of the Pleiadians of how they are, they don't have it in them to be corrupted? It's not existing in that way, that they look at it in a conscience. It's not like that. So I believe that they are definitely the different type of gatekeepers that's been there for a while and protect certain things. And that's what they showed me. There's a lot of what has happened over Antarctica has been protected by them for many years, for a long time. And so as I say this with a clear thought and a clear knowing, they are not corruptible. Angels, Pleiadians, put it in the same category. It's a different love that man does not know.
Oh wow. Okay. Sherry says that we are tired of this. Drain the swamp already. Get it done. They are doing it, but they're not showing it to us. And until they do show it to us authentically, it's just hearsay, really. Then Cliff says Project Bluebeam is incoming. Are they going to actually do that? I thought they had ruled that one out. But.
You know what? I think people will laugh. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that mall thing. Remember that? And I told people something like that would happen, but locally I'd be just walking straight. But like, let's see if it's real. I'll show you. It's not going to move.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, people are not fazed by anything anymore.
Yeah. The time to explain is over. I'm tired. We're all tired.
Yeah, I'm just saying they're over it completely. You cannot shake them. You cannot shock them anymore. What they haven't already been through on this process. I mean, So they're going to have to be very creative to put us in any type of shock mode on anything. Everything would burn to the ground. We would be like, okay, it's done. Good. It's over.
Teresa, I just thought I'd let you know that I feel the same way about Cliff. I don't watch him.
Oh God, no.
He's
What an ass and an idiot.
Yeah, everything is woo woo to him, you know.
He's just the guy I don't want to run into at the bar.
Let's see. I'm just looking for any other questions anybody have. Yeah, really. It's kind of funny. Firewater by Design says, I'm tired of being told by brainwashed people that I'm the one that is crazy. Or they just don't believe anything you say. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, right, Mom. I get that from my...
Well, and that's the thing. It's just, we're not entertaining the conversation anymore. We're not entertaining to go down the road on that path with them anymore. I mean, it's exhausting. It's not going to... People are just done.
Yeah. Yanako says, if ignorance is bliss, then there are a lot of happy people out there. I don't know about how happy they are.
Well, they're pretending everything's fine. It's fine. Everything's good. We're good. Whatever. Nope, it's not. So you can't taste any food anymore. Nothing tastes good anymore.
Oh, really? That I mean, I'm having, yeah. Oh my gosh. It's like I'll think I want something, and then I take a bite or two, and I go, yeah. Nothing's good.
No. And that's the thing about it. It's just when you have these cravings for food and you don't have that craving anymore at all whatsoever. It's beyond that. There's no taste behind it.
Yeah, and liquids seem to appeal to me more than anything else. Of course, we would be thirsty since they're microwaving us.
Right.
Oh, well, yeah. This is true, too. Firewater says, I have no more family and no more friends. I just cannot relate to normies any longer.
Exactly. That's why we go out at night.
That's partly why we have these shows, and you can spill your guts too. And let others know and find out that there are people here that feel exactly the same way you do. Exactly. So you're not alone then.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Okay, so you want to go into the body, this frequency that's changing the body, what it's doing to us that is awakened in a different way. That no woman. I talked about this last night. I just had 4, 5, 6 people feel like their body's coming out of menopause, and it's doing stuff that it hasn't done in 20 years. So I'm just saying that there's stuff coming online on many levels. So I'm like, okay, if you're starting with that, can you start with pain, suffering, all that stuff, wrinkles, all kinds of stuff. I mean, I'm just saying that something's going on with this energy. So the upgrade, the coming online again is the word I would say.
That's what people are saying out there. It's the junk DNA is reconnecting, or we're coming online is another way of putting it. Things are going back together the way they're supposed to. But anyway, this delay is taxing my divine spirit, aka soul. I haven't heard this before, and I like it. Source of unconditional love.
Yes.
I like that. That's what soul is. That's perfect description of soul. Yeah.
Because that's what it is. it is unconditional, and the love is different because it all is a collective of love. There's not certain barriers of why, and there's not to do with the income or what they have to offer. I mean, that's the whole thing, that our world got way into the program and not into the soul process of that. And then at the end, you find out how important that is, because you can't relate to those people that are not at the same level as you.
Teresa says that Mr. T gave them all an ultimatum lately too.
Well, someone needs to do something.
Really?
Yeah.
The way someone's saying they can't find the reverse speech thing. Let's see. Oh, I don't have it up anymore. It's on Nino's corner. And it says something like, I can't, or you won't believe this, or something like that.
Right.
And it was about 2 or 3 days ago. So that's the best I can tell you right now.
Right. So like I said, this is what I do like. And like I told you this earlier, that people are making their own choice of how they're going to value their time, what they're going to put into something. If it's not true to them, they're moving on. They're looking for the truth in a hardcore way. And if they can't get it with a person, they're going within. And that's what Creator ever always wanted us to go within, because they always showed the picture of him leading us to the new world, the golden ages. And that's where we're at. You know, it's not going to be one person that is going to save humanity. It is going to be Creator.
That's right.
I mean,
you can't just expect Trump to do everything. That's just not going to be. You know, he can shepherd things as you have said before, but to expect him to do everything, there's a lot of people that have a lot to do, and everybody has to.
Intentions in the universe are to serve the universe and to do diligent upon that. It doesn't matter where you come from and what universe, as long as you're putting the time and effort, just like it would be here, the time and effort that you're putting in to doing the right thing. Just like that lie detector you're talking about, your intentions will be seen in the light.
Yes. And that's what they're seeing. They're seeing intention in that reverse speech, which is just pretty amazing.
Right. Exactly. So this is where we are. Nothing is hidden. The truth is there to be seen. But we have to start accepting the truth instead of wanting to sit in a delusion, because that's been a program that's been presented to us.
Oh, it says Gail on Fox News yesterday, it showed Google, and then the song that was going down, I'm Yelling Timber, was playing.
Yeah, I have it all over.
Thank you, Gloria. By the way, that was my mother's name.
And all on Instagram, I have that Timber. I play that song Timber several times over.
That's
yeah.
funny. That's funny.
It needs to happen.
Goodbye. Yes, please. I would appreciate that a lot. Yeah, hit the like button, and we appreciate it. They don't send you a notification. They shadow. At least I'm shadow banned. I don't know if Jenny is, but I wouldn't doubt it. It seems like they're stepping up the censorship as much as they can, and people need to just keep putting out there what needs to be put out there, regardless. You can't take everybody down, but if everybody complies, you can't comply your way out of tyranny or censorship.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can, please let me know how.
Yeah. So yeah, I think, for what needs to happen next is, like I told everybody, there's a door that needs to be opened that we can all have fresh air and breathe and feel like we're finally moving in towards a direction. And that way we have the strength to rejuvenate ourselves and get ready for the next step. We have to get that process of this rejuvenation of our soul, however they're downloading and what they're doing to us now. There's a point of rest that we have to get so we can stand up and fight in a different way. So that's what I'm waiting for. People like, what about the money? No, I'm waiting for this next embrace door to open that's inspired in a different way, and we have strength in a different way and rest in a different way until we have to step in a higher way, which is in strength as a collective together. Because when it comes to at our door in local small areas, you're going to have some stragglers, and that's what the civilians are going to have to deal with. And how, instead of like, do you see that guy? Is anybody going to do anything? Or are we just going to watch him walk on by? There's a lot of them that will not. So this is the thing. I need a door open, an energy door, fresh air door. You know, enough with this toilet bowl effect that we need to embrace it and ask for it because that's what's going to get us to the next level. I'm not waiting on the money. I'm waiting for a door to open, a bridge to cross, a golden brick road, you know, the light. That's what I'm waiting on. And a different type of rest.
I'm just seeing if there's any other questions here. Oh, Sherry's asking a question. You know Alex personally, don't you, Jenny? How do you feel about Alex Collier calling Ishmael out as a BH? BH. What does that stand for?
I don't know what the BH is.
I don't know what BH is either, Sherry. You're going to have to explain. What is BH? You probably go, oh my God, oh, I should have known that. No. I did not know that, and I have not seen that, and I have not heard that, so I'll have to look into that, Sherry.
I think that was almost a year ago, though. That's been a while, but I have talked to both of them, and and I'm going to say this again about Ishmael. He's a very nice guy. You know, when he came onto the scene, he was really thrown under the bus on everything because he had new ideas and everything like that. And so, and I've been pretty damn honest to both of these guys. And so you have to respect people's different opinions on things. And I believe that attacking Ishmael because it's coming from Ursula more than anything, and Tinkerbell.
Elena, do you mean Elena?
Yeah, Elena Denon and Danny.
Elena Denon.
Yeah, drunk Tinkerbell. So they already know.
That?
I know that's where that narrative is coming from, and it's not, you know, so because they can't control him, and that's the first thing I told him. You know,
and we're going to be having a show with him, you and I, Wednesday night next week.
Right.
On the 18th. On a new network.
Right.
But it will be, we will advertise it. There will be a link put out there. So.
So.
Here's one of our warriors, Jenny. Denise. She says, I'm a warrior and I am so strong going through so much strife. I scare myself. And you keep going, don't you?
Yeah. Sometimes you crawl out of bed, but you do.
Somebody's talking about if you're behind in rent, you can go to a housing nonprofit agency and also social services for that. They don't always help you.
No.
In fact, a lot of times they don't. Or they'll tell you, I mean, if it's for housing, they'll tell you there's a 2-year waiting list or something like that. That's what, okay, so I got to be homeless for 2 years. Well, no. Anyway, the support programs have been destroyed, many of them. And it's not what people think it is out there until you have actually experienced it yourself. Then you would know that the support programs have, many of them have been dismantled and are very little help and have all kinds of restrictions for eligibility and so on. It's ridiculous.
Yep. I know, it's crazy, right? So, yeah, I think it's a good show, and once I get some more stuff, we can talk about some more.
Okay, what? Oh, somebody's asking a question. When do you think the pink fog will appear?
Well, the pink fog appears like when the storm is over. And that's what they have described. You know, when a tornado was done and the other beautiful scene, and they showed me the pink fog has to do with the end of it all. You know, the end of the carnage, the pain, the suffering, and our soul can completely take a breath and rest and go.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That's what that means, in that positive way, and seeing it to be inspired.
Okay, I'm just scrolling through the questions real fast. We have about 8 minutes left. Somebody's asking if you think Barron is attending New York University.
No, I don't. Another program.
Pink fog. You know what? There was a pink sun this morning. My son even got a picture of it.
Was it the real sun, or was it a fake one?
I don't know what. Pardon?
Was it the fake sun?
Yeah.
I've seen some.
It was pink. It really was.
Steve in our group put some. It looked like a red sun, and it just doesn't look real to me, because there's a shadow effect with the sun that we know of, that we literally enjoyed being around, and it does not reside with the energy, and it doesn't reside with your soul. It doesn't reside with the animals.
There's a question. That was an interesting thought that you have there. Taylor Swift was endorsed. She has endorsed Kamala. Do you feel that they planned this by making her famous on tour to win all the votes? I wouldn't doubt it. Certainly is possible. What do you think?
Well, I don't think she's looking that great.
I don't even like her, but not that.
Well, I'm just saying that it doesn't look the same. It doesn't look that great. So,
yeah, she's a guy too. I hate to tell you.
Tired of the shows of, yeah.
She's another male.
Yeah.
Pretending to be female.
Right.
Something just wrong. It's just wrong.
Why is it that they really want to put women down so badly and dismantle them? That question. It's because they are powerful in many ways and what they can do in a soul connection way, and the way they take care of children and protect them with everything. And that's the whole thing, how far a mother goes, and there's that energy with it that is all about protection. So trying to dismantle that is not going to happen, and hopefully you're going to see a big change with that in the future, because
We agree. We are so freaking done with this movie. We're over it. See how many people are saying the same thing.
Right.
So true. Yeah.
Right. Because we can still give birth. You know, you can make as many as fake guys as you can, but they cannot give birth.
What do you think about this? Blue Sky says, we're not here to fix the broken world, but we are here to bring new energies to the masses.
Yes. It doesn't mean it is easy, but it's definitely painful.
Yeah, this is a good question. Maybe you got an answer for this one, because I wonder the same thing, Fran. She should not even be running, just like Obama. What is wrong with people? Why won't they stand up?
Fran, I agree. Oh my God.
I know. We're right there with you. What the heck?
Oh my.
Stand up and say no.
Well, if you looked at the situation of being on an island and taking these people on the boat, we know who's going to be the fish food.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
It's all. That's an interesting. Is an interesting philosophy. It's all a bunch of old guys who want their little script or skit to play for the white hats to put into media. Okay. Yeah, that's good fire water. The money is only is icing on the cake, whether it comes or does not. I have a mindset to be happy. That's what we have to do. We have to keep our vibration up.
Creator.
Not let all this stuff that's going on bother us, because it needs to come down.
Right. Exactly.
So, okay. A lot on the same. You see anything else in particular that you might like to address, Jenny?
Not that I know of. I mean, I'll be on a...
I was kind of scrolling kind of fast here, so I was just seeing. Well, guys, it's like just hang in there.
Yep.
Shine your light.
Talk to the Pleiadians and say, hey, you guys can fix this. Please do.
Yes. Go straight to go
source.
Direct. That's what we used to say. Yeah, go straight to source. That's the best thing you can do. No, we don't need any intermediaries, and that doesn't mean we don't have love and respect for Yeshua.
TV off. Turn the TV off. Turn it off. Yeah. So anyway.
Alrighty then. Well, I think we're going to call that a wrap, guys. And again, we will be on next week at 8 o'clock in the evening on the Unix network. But I'll put out some announcements or something a couple of days. But so watch for that. And have a wonderful rest of your week, and just hang in there. And
and if you need to contact me, the website, information, readings, remote viewing, you know how to contact me.
Yeah, all Jenny's information is in the description. I always put that information in the description, as well as different things that I have that I wish you would look at, because I don't go through them, because I don't want to take up your time with that kind of thing, because I never want to hear it. So I figure you don't either. So, but I do wish you would take a look at it, because it does help keep the show going, and it's just a necessary thing. So, shine your light from inside out.
Stay in the light.
Yes.
Talk to create.
Shine your light.
Okay.
Definitely. See you soon.
Good night.
We have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers, stronger than ever. Never say never. Don't look back now, don't look back now. Rise up, stand with each other. We are sisters and brothers, finding our place and running the race. We'll take our chance and seize the moment. Hold on tight and don't let go of all your hopes and dreams that light the way. We control our fate. Destiny awaits. We are all the actors in the stories we create. Hope will be our guide. We'll no longer hide. When we roll like thunder, feel the wonder from inside. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice.